Please sit in any comfortable meditative posture with your hands on your knees in Jnana or Chin Mudra, head, neck, shoulders, back, all in a straight line, eyes and mouth gently closed. Become aware of the whole body from the top of your head to your toes. Awareness of your head, neck, shoulders, arms, chest, upper back, abdomen, lower back, hips, legs, the whole body. Bring your awareness to your breath. Normal spontaneous breathing coupled with awareness. I am breathing in and I am breathing out. And I am aware I'm breathing in. I am aware I'm breathing out. Let this be the form of your awareness for some time. Now, bring your awareness to your Bhrumadhya, eyebrow center. Here, visualize the form of either your Guru or your Ishtadevata or a brightly burning candle flame. And maintaining your awareness on this, we shall chant the mantra Om 3 times together, followed by the Shanti mantras. Inhale deeply. Together. Om Sahanavavato Sahanau Bhunakto Sahaviryankaravavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om. Hari Om Tat Sat. A very warm welcome to all the participants for this beautiful session on orientation towards Chakra Shuddhi. I am sure almost all of you have heard about chakras. चक्रों के बारे में लगभग आप सब लोगों ने कुछ न कुछ कभी न कभी सुना होगा, हो सकता है कुछ जानकारी भी हो। तो आप थोड़ा सा बतलाइएगा चक्र क्या होते हैं, उसके बारे में आपकी क्या धारणा है, आपको उसके बारे में क्या मन में समझ है और उसकी अपने जीवन में क्या उपयोगिता है, उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा हम आपसे जानना चाहेंगे। तब उसके आधार पर आगे चर्चा चलेगी।
I will speak whatever I know. Namo Narayana.
Namo Narayana.
I will speak whatever I know. Can I speak?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
There are 7 chakras. Muladhara, Adhishtan, Manipur, Anahat, Vishuddha, Ajnan, and the topmost is
Sahasra.
Sahasra. Normally, all these chakras are at the places of endocrine and exocrine systems on the physical level. then the chakras are, when Shuddhi is done, Chakra Shuddhi, or the Dhyana is done on the chakras, slowly, we get from Vishuddha, Muladhara to Vishuddha, Vishuddha to Manipur, then to Anahat and
No,
Vishuddha.
I'm not asking you about the whole process, but I'm asking what is your understanding about chakras, so that then that can be the basis from which we can start the discussion.
Can I tell
The
स्वामी जी, चक्र ऊर्जा के कुछ
एनर्जी
एनर्जी देने वाले कुछ रहते हैं जो कि जीवन को अच्छा व्यवस्थित कर सकते हैं, पर हमारी एनर्जी बैलेंस नहीं रहती है, इसीलिए हम लोग जीवन का खुशी या आनंद नहीं उठा पाते, उसमें हमारे नेगेटिव थॉट्स या कुछ ऐसा कुछ रहता है।
बहुत अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा।
It's a concept in Yoga Shastra. Swamiji, these chakras are the energy centers in different parts of the body, and there are main is through main chakras, just now bataya. Yeah. Okay. So these energy centers, they are the junction.
Okay. So you चक्रों के बारे में लगभग सब लोगों को मालूम है, थोड़ी थोड़ी बहुत जानकारी है। हाँ, बहुत अच्छा है, बहुत अच्छा है। तो in this group, is there anyone who does not know anything about chakras? This knowledge, this entire thing is totally new, totally unheard of. पहले बार कुछ सुन रहे हैं इसके विषय में? नहीं, इसका मतलब सबको चक्र के बारे में थोड़ी ना थोड़ी जानकारी है, करेक्ट?
यस।
ठीक ठीक ठीक। So we have heard that there are 7 chakras. We have heard that they are energy centers. We have heard that they are at locations of endocrine glands. So many things are there. But what is the role? Why chakra? Why chakra? This is something which we need to understand. You see, हमारे शरीर में ऐसा कोई चीज नहीं है जो अनावश्यक है। हर एक चीज का उपयोग होता है। Everything has a role to play. So what is the role of this? Somebody said chakras are like junctions. So now we need to understand all of this in a proper sequence. Our body has got multiple dimensions. Annamay kosh, pranamay kosh, manomay kosh, vijnanamay kosh, anandamay kosh. 5 dimensions, 5 sheets, koshas are there. And we function in all these 5 dimensions. Now, when we have to function in these dimensions, then it is necessary for us to be able to connect to all these dimensions and flow through these dimensions without a problem. And the energy which works through the entire system needs to flow without a block, without a barrier. And therefore, there are various channels of energy which are there in the body. These channels of energy, they move in different areas, different places, and it is these channels of energy which come together at different places in the human body. Where we have these chakras, these are the places where there is the junction point, but this is also the junction point between the different dimensions of our existence. The Panchakoshas, they also intersect at this point. You have the energy vortices which intersect, but along with that, the dimensions of existence also intersect at this point. And therefore, these points are very, very powerful points, trigger points by which we can modulate the functioning of this five dimensional being known as the human body. In addition, there are layers of activity which are taking place in these chakras. Every person, the moment the person comes to life, all these chakras are active. It is not that these chakras are totally closed and inactive. No, they are active, but they are at a very minimal level of activity. They can function at many, many higher levels of activity. Just like in the video games, when you are playing, you have suppose it's a car racing event, or you are in the jungle. This concept is there in many of these games. You have a very basic model of a car, and as you go further and further and further, you are able to upgrade the car. So you get better tires, you get better motor, you get better engine power, you get better stability. Many other aspects come in depending on what game it is. But the basic concept is that you are able to upgrade your vehicle. If it is a game of war, then you are able to upgrade your weapons and maybe your armor and shield, etc., etc. These chakras, they also function in a similar manner. They function on a very basic physical level. But then there are higher gears which are available, which are untapped. And when these start getting activated, then the higher centers within our body start getting activated. Things which felt impossible earlier start becoming possible. Abilities start coming up. In the Yoga Shastra, they are known as the Siddhis. The Siddhis start manifesting. How does this happen? It happens because there is a purification of the energy. There is a triggering of the energy. And at the base of all of this, there are two important factors which we need to understand. At the base of the spinal cord, there is a small nodule, and this nodule has one of the highest and one of the most powerful energy source locked in there. It needs to be activated. It needs to be triggered. And when it is triggered, then an energy 100,000 times more powerful than the most powerful atomic bomb or hydrogen bomb or any of the nuclear power known to humankind, that energy gets activated. And as this energy gets activated, there is a corresponding change which starts taking place in our body. There is also a change which starts taking place in our consciousness. If we look at our ancestors in evolution, it is considered that our ancestors are monkeys. There are certain monkeys where more than 99% of the DNA between these types of monkeys and humans is similar. How is it then that monkeys and humans are so radically different? What is it that has shifted? What is that unknown link which separates humans from the rest of the animal kingdom? It is this explosion of consciousness. चेतना का विस्तार हुआ. अब जब चेतना का विस्तार हो जाता है, तब पशु योनि से निकल करके हम मनुष्य योनि में आ जाते हैं. और मनुष्य योनि में हमारी चेतना एक दूसरे स्तर पे होती है. जो वहां का हाईएस्ट लेवल रहता है वो हमारा लोएस्ट पॉइंट रहता है. जैसे रिले रेस होता है, यू हैव अ रिले रेस, one person runs, and when he comes and completes his race, the other person begins from there. In a similar manner, in the evolution of consciousness comes till one level, and after coming to this level, then there is a shift which takes place. And when this shift takes place, the further movement is in Manushya Yoni. It is no longer in Pashu Yoni. The Pashu Yoni, from monkeys till the smallest virus, is structurally similar. But here now, we have crossed one level. And now the consciousness has to go higher and higher and higher. But for the evolution of consciousness, for the activation of this energy known as the Kundalini Shakti, there are lots of ifs and buts, checks and balances. Nature has put these balances because we are going to be exposed to that level of power which has not been comprehended in the popular masses. The atomic bomb, or the greatest explosive or energy source known to mankind, modern mankind, is nothing compared to this energy. Now tell me, would you be comfortable giving the nuclear button? There, they say there is a suitcase which has got the nuclear button, which is there with the president or the highest authority of that country. And if and when this person opens this suitcase and presses the button, the nuclear warheads will be activated and shot, bringing out a lot of destruction. Now, would you be happy or comfortable giving this nuclear suitcase to a person who has no concept of the type of destruction it can unleash? To a person whose mind is only self-centered on what I want, doesn't matter if anybody else is going to benefit or lose. Or on a more simpler scale, suppose you have a monkey, and this monkey is trained to drive a car. You have trained the monkey. This is the brake, this is the clutch, this is the accelerator, this is the steering, this is how you look, this is how you drive. Everything you have trained the monkey. Would you feel comfortable asking the monkey to drive you from, let us say, New York to Los Angeles, or let us even say New York to New Jersey for that matter, 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers, miles? Would you feel comfortable doing that, being in a car which is driven by a monkey? Anybody?
No, Swamiji.
No. Why? The monkey is fully trained.
Because he has not that authority or that type of buddhi or kshamata, can say.
So the monkey has the ability to drive, but just the ability to drive is not sufficient. Suddenly, the monkey sees some bananas, he will just leave the steering and run away. What will you do? You will be in an accident. A similar thing happens when this energy is provided to us when we are not ready for it. Our mind is no less than a monkey, keeps jumping from here to there, to there, to there, to there, to there. If we look at the type of emotions we face in a day, the thoughts we have in a day, forget a day, in 6 hours, you will be surprised. You will be shocked. Our mind is not in our control. Our mind is out of control. Similarly, our body is also not ready for that type of energy. If we want to send high electric energy through a wire, if you want to send 11,000 volts and you use a thin wire which you use in your house, what will happen?
There will be blast or
फ्यूज उड़ जाएगा, है ना?
yes.
So you need to reinforce your wire, make it strong enough that it can handle this current. Correct? So when we are talking of the chakras, these are multiple aspects which we need to understand. The consciousness is at Muladhara, lowest level of understanding. The consciousness slowly ascends along the chakra pathway, but then it sometimes descends also, and ascends and descends and keeps moving up and down. Sometimes it is hazardous. In such situations, we are not prepared. Our system is not prepared for the movement of energy. Our system is not prepared to handle that type of perception which comes in. If I suddenly know that, oh, the best friend whom I know, he was my enemy in my last life, what will happen? Or worse still, my brother, my sister, my father, my mother, my beloved husband or wife or son or daughter, oh, last life he had done something like this which was bad to me. Can we manage to have the same feelings as we had earlier? Everything gets shifted. changed and there is a crisis in our life. These are factors for which this energy has been locked in place. Because when this energy starts getting activated, then all these abilities start coming in. And we are not ready for these abilities. It appears to us that we are hallucinating. It appears to us that somebody is talking to us. It appears to us that there is music going in. It appears that suddenly I have a lot of energy. It appears to us that I can read somebody else's mind. All these abilities come to us and we don't know what to do with it, how to handle it. And we land up in a loony bin. But that is just more often than not the sign that the Kundalini energy is getting activated, but the purification of the channels has not taken place. Purification of the chakras has not taken place. So, therefore, this energy is getting diverted in some different areas, creating distorted reality, creating problems for us. So, therefore, before we go into higher aspects of Chakra Shuddhi, we need to know the Shuddhi aspect is very important. We need to purify the pathway because when the Kundalini Shakti arises, then it is a very powerful force. And if this energy does not get the correct pathway, it will break through. Just like the water from the dam, if you release the water from the dam and if your canals are not cleaned, what will happen? The water will suddenly overflow. It will go into the villages, into the towns. It will cause lot of destruction. Oh, Kundalini Shakti is so great. I have been doing lot of sadhana. Now, suddenly, why is there problem happening in my life? Why am I falling sick? Why am this happening? Why is that happening? All negative things are happening to me because we have not cleaned the pathways. And so when we activate the energy starts flowing. Energy is not going to wait. It will flow. And if it doesn't get the path, it is going to create its own path. And when it creates its own path, it causes problems for us. Therefore, it is very essential that we do the cleansing first. Once somebody had spoken to Swamiji and Paramhans ji had said at that time, मैं तो तुम्हारी कुंडलिनी ऐसे जगा दूंगा, ऐसे. He said, in a moment I can do that for you. The point is, can you handle it? तुम्हारा फ्यूज उड़ जाएगा, मेंटल हॉस्पिटल में जाना पड़ेगा, जीवित भी नहीं बच पाओगे. Anything can happen. So therefore, first thing we have to understand is that yes, there is a very powerful force which is there within us. This force is kept inactive because we are not ready for it. First thing what we have to do is prepare ourselves. Our hardware, our software, our firmware of this computer needs to be upgraded so that it can handle that energy. The channels of flow, the nadis, they need to be clean and clear and strong so that they can handle that energy and channelize it in the correct direction. The chakras, the junction points where the energy creates a vortex, They need to be purified so that the energy is channelized correctly. Once we do all of this, then automatically the higher consciousness starts ascending. But till then, we should not be getting into all of those higher aspects. So then, what is it that we are going to do in this course? If I say that awakening the Kundalini using these chakra pathways, the Nadi pathways, the centers is not for us, then what is this course meant for? What is the use of this course? The use of this course is we can purify ourselves, number one. Number two, as we purify ourselves, there is a little and little activation which takes place. And the purification which has to be done. What is this purification? This purification is not the purification which is the purification of the water through your RO system. No, this is a different purification. What is the impurity which has come in? The impurity which is there within us are our vasanas, our desires, our karmas from past. These color our perception. These limit our being. They need to be worked out. When these are cleared, the pathways start clearing, the chakras start functioning at higher and higher and higher levels. Then, at some point, this life or next life, we don't know, the system is ready for activation of Kundalini. But while we start clearing the chakras, the Nadi pathways, some things do happen. Many of our past samskaras, karmas, they start coming up, and we need to be ready to handle this. There is a lot of negativity which can start coming up, bubbling up. Oh, I have been practicing yoga for so many years and I used to feel nice and happy. And now there is so much negativity coming in, so much of anger, so much of jealousy, so much of insecurity, so much of rage. Oh God, what is happening to me? This is not wrong. This is our skeletons which we have pushed into the cupboard, or the dirt which we have swept under the carpet, that is coming out. Now is the time to bring it out, clean it, and get rid of it once and for all. By clearing this, we start purifying ourselves. And when we purify ourselves, the connection between our being, Annamay, Pranamay, Manomay, Vijnanamay, Anandamay, that starts improving. The quality of the being starts improving. The energy systems start improving. The blockages start going away. When this starts happening, after the clearing purification has taken place, our abilities start becoming better. Health, physical, becomes better. Energy, higher. Creativity increases. Ability to understand, perceive, and cognate increases. Solutions, which we always felt, oh no, there is no chance, I'm doomed to live like this. No, there are ways and means. The door was just next to you, but you never thought, oh, this could be a door. And now suddenly, oh, this is a door. Let me open that. And when you open the door, a new vista of existence opens up for us. We start handling our external life better. And as we start handling our external life better, there is a reflection on the internal life. So there is a better harmony between the external and internal life. Within the internal life also, there is a better harmony between the head, the heart, the hands, which starts happening. And this allows us to be a better person in the external world, in the professional world, in the personal world, also in the internal world. So, this is what we are looking at, beginning with the first step. If you feel that by doing this course, you can start having siddhis and you can have beautiful visions and darshans and experiences, then I'm sorry, this course is not for you. This is not what we will be doing. We will be doing cleaning the muck which is there within, and that muck is going to come up, and we have to work on that. We have to face our own ugly side, that side which we hide from ourselves. Because I like to believe that I am beautiful, I am perfect, there is nobody as good as me. The fault is always out there, not in here. We are going to start working on ourselves, changing that, looking at ourselves, realizing, oh, there are lots of shortcomings within me, but I will pick up one shortcoming and start working on it. But then I don't have the energy for this. This is where this course will help. I have tried for last 40, 50, 60, 70, 80 years of my life to make a change, and it's not happening. Now there is an opportunity coming our way wherein we can make a lasting change, positive change in ourselves, make ourselves a better person bit by bit by bit. And then you will see that the different levels of activity increase slowly and slowly and slowly. The consciousness starts changing, and then maybe after lots and lots and lots of practice, some changes on the higher dimensions might start coming up. By then we are ready for it. So this is what we are going to do: prepare ourselves for the momentous occasion where the boom explosion of consciousness will take place. Because when the explosion of consciousness will take place, then if we are not ready, then we will get exploded out. So we have to prepare ourselves, we have to reinforce ourselves, we have to clear all the muck, make everything ready, make everything capable to handle that energy. And by doing it, we create changes in our entire lifestyle. Things which were impossible earlier starts becoming possible. So this is what we will be doing in this course known as the Chakra Shuddhi course. Is this course meant for advanced people? Yes, it is meant for advanced people. Is this course meant for people who are new to yoga? No, it is not meant. But then, who is new to yoga and who is advanced? What does advanced mean? All of us, our minds are equally dissipated. We are not advanced in that sense. Just practicing some physical practices for a long period of time does not necessarily make us advanced. So therefore, this course is meant for one and all who are able to work with themselves, who want to improve the quality of their life. अपने जीवन में आमूलाग्र परिवर्तन लाने के जो इच्छुक साधक हैं, उनके लिए ये सत्र है। क्योंकि हम चक्रों के सबसे मूलभूत तथ्यों पर थोड़ा विचार करेंगे, उनको थोड़ा समझेंगे और उनका अभ्यास करेंगे। We will be working with 6 chakras. After Ajna, we are not going to touch Muladhar Swadhishthan, first module. Manipur Anahat, second module. Vishuddhi Ajna, third module. Every module will have 2 chakras, and every chakra we will be working for 2 weeks. We will be having classes twice a week, and beyond those classes, you need to practice on your own. You need to understand what has to be done. You need to do the practice. I will be discussing and explaining some concepts to you. कुछ तथ्यों पर विचार करेंगे, उनका विश्लेषण करेंगे, उनको समझने का प्रयास करेंगे, और हर चक्र के लिए कम से कम 2 हफ्तों का समय हम देंगे, जिससे हम उस चक्र से परिचित हो सकें, उस चक्र को समझ सकें, उस ऊर्जा से हम अपने आप को उसमें ढाल सके, अपने अपने व्यक्तिमत्व को उसमें ढाल सके, तब जाकर के अगला चक्र, तब जाकर के अगला चक्र, तब जाकर के अगला चक्र, अन्यथा कठिनाई हो सकती है। तो हम धीरे धीरे जाएंगे, शनई ही शनई। हम कोई भी अभ्यास ऐसा नहीं करेंगे जिससे एकाएक कोई अद्भुत अनुभव होना शुरू हो सके। हम ऐसे अभ्यास करेंगे जिससे हमारे अंदर में हम सत्कर्म और सत्वृत्ति को लेते आते जाएंगे। इस प्रकार से धीरे 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 हम अपने आप को बदलते जाएंगे, और 3 महीनों में जीवन पर्यंत करने वाली साधना के बारे में हमें थोड़ा थोड़ा जानकारी हो जाएगा। आपको 3 महीनों में पूरा अनुभव नहीं हो सकता है, किसी को नहीं हो सकता है। हाँ भाई, जो सिद्ध महात्मा पुरुष होते हैं उनको तो 2 मिनट काफी होते हैं। जैसे हमारे गुरुजी को स्वामी शिवानंद जी ने बतलाया, सुनो इधर आओ, कुटिया में लेके गए और अनुभव दे दिया, 2 मिनट में सब कुछ दे दिया। तो उनको 2 मिनट में सब ले भी लिया, क्योंकि पिछले जन्म की तो बात छोड़ ही दीजिएगा, लेकिन पिछले 12 वर्षों तक वे बहुत कठिन साधना कर रहे थे। और साधना क्या थी? कठोर परिश्रम। आंख बंद करके साधना नहीं थी, आंख खुले रख करके किचन में, प्रेस में, रसोई में, किचन हो गया, एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में, दवाखाने में, जहां जहां कार्य है वहां सब जगह में, और शरीर को इतना तपाए, इतना तपाए, 22-22 घंटा काम करते थे। और जब उस प्रकार से शरीर को तपाए, तब जाकर के अपने आप को इतना तैयार कर लिए कि गुरुजी ने 2 क्षणों में सब जानकारी ट्रांसफर कर दी। गुरु तो कहते हैं, रुके हुए होते हैं हम लोगों को देने के लिए, हम लोग ही तैयार नहीं होते हैं। उन्होंने अपने आप को तैयार किया, और ऐसे तैयार किया कि गुरुजी का जो मैंडेट था पूरे दुनिया में फैला दिया। तो ये तैयारी की तैयारी, जो तैयारी गुरुजी ने की थी, जिसके चलते उनके जीवन में उनके गुरुजी ने शक्तिपात किया, उस तैयारी के लिए तैयारी करनी पड़ती है। हम स्कूल में भी नहीं हैं, हम प्री स्कूल में हैं। कॉलेज भूल जाइएगा, हाई स्कूल भूल जाइएगा, मिडिल स्कूल भूल जाइएगा, प्राइमरी स्कूल भूल जाइएगा। हम किंडरगार्टन भी नहीं, प्री स्कूल में हम लोग भर्ती हो रहे हैं। प्री स्कूल में भर्ती होकर के अभ्यास करते 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 एक दिन आए जब वो अनुभव हमें प्राप्त हो। लेकिन उसके लिए आपको कठोर परिश्रम की आवश्यकता है, कठिन साधना की आवश्यकता है, कर्म क्षय वाली साधना की। आंख बंद करके ध्यान लगाने वाली साधना की बात नहीं कर रहे हैं। देन दैट हायर रियलिटी विल perhaps descend in our life. Till that time, we have to prepare ourselves, purify, clear, reinforce, and strengthen. These are the things which we need to do. Slowly, by doing this without making excessive effort, our mind, which keeps jumping from point to point to point to point, our mind, which is very happy one moment and in the depths of depression the next moment, this monkey mind slowly start becoming human mind. And then from human mind, it becomes superhuman mind. That journey we are trying to start. This is what we will be doing in this course, which will last around 3 months, twice a week. In the evening, we will be having this India time, 6:30 to 7:30 or 7:45. 1 to 1.25 hours, 60 to 75 minutes, we will be having Monday evening, Wednesday evening, twice a week. And then you have to practice this. Next Monday, we will again take things up and go further and further and further. Whatever doubts you have related to this, we will try and clarify. We will also try and understand the practices which have to be done, because we will be doing those practices, and just doing the practice once is not sufficient. We have to keep doing it every day. Then we start getting a hang of that practice, and that way we will move further and further and further and further from Mooladhar to Agnya. That is the journey which we will take over 3 months, 3.25 months, depending. So this is what we will be doing in our course of Chakra Shuddhi Sadhana Shivir. If you have any doubts, please raise your hands so that we can attend to them one by one. You can, put that there's a raise the hands, or you can also, another thing what you could do is you can put the question in the chat box and we can take the question. Okay. Yes, Nivedita. You can unmute and answer.
नमो नारायण। आप मीराबाई की कहानी बताते हैं कि उन्होंने विष का प्याला पचा दिया था, तो वो अपने आप उनका आज्ञा चक्र एक्टिवेट हुआ था, तो वो कौन सी साधना है?
सबसे पहले उनका आज्ञा चक्र नहीं था, उनका विशुद्धि चक्र। तो सबसे पहले तो आपको वही मालूम नहीं कि क्या एक्टिवेट हुआ था। और दूसरी बात है कि भाई मीराबाई ने क्या साधना की थी? उन्होंने तो एक ही साधना की थी, मेरे तो गिरधर गोपाल दूजो न कोई। बट दैट वाज द रियलिटी फॉर हर। उन्होंने आजीवन भक्ति की साधना की थी, लेकिन भक्ति कैसी थी उनकी? इतनी कठिन भक्ति थी कि एक राजकुमारी को राजप्रासाद में से धक्के मार करके बाहर निकलना पड़ा, और जीवन में क्या क्या कठिनाई नहीं सहनी पड़ी, उसके बावजूद उनकी भक्ति डटी रही, क्योंकि वो भावनाओं के आधार पर नहीं थी। उसका ट्रिगर जरूर भावनाओं में था, लेकिन वो बहुत उच्च स्तर पे चली गई थी। और ये तब संभव होता है जब पिछले जन्म में आपने इस प्रकार की अनेक जन्मों तक साधना की हो, तब जाकर के भक्ति का इस स्वरूप में प्रादुर्भाव होता है। ऐसे लोगों के लिए ये कोर्स है ही नहीं। ऐसे लोगों के लिए तो हम यहाँ से ही प्रणाम करते हैं, क्योंकि मीराबाई ऐसी महान व्यक्ति है, ऐसी महान हस्ती है, जिनको साधना कोई बतला नहीं सकता है। उनकी साधना बहुत उच्च कोटि की थी। हम मीराबाई को अगर समझेंगे तो वो डॉक्टरेट और पोस्ट डॉक्टरेट के कोर्स में जा चुकी थी, और हम लोग जो हैं, हम प्री स्कूल के लेवल से शुरू कर रहे हैं। तो उनकी साधना उस स्तर की थी, और हम जो कर रहे हैं, पहले झाड़ू लगाएंगे, फिर पोछा लगाएंगे, फिर जितने जाले हैं उनको हटा देंगे, फिर सोफा को ठीक कर देंगे, कमरे को ठीक कर देंगे। हम ये सब चीज करने वाले हैं। उसके बाद में आगे की चीज हो जाएगी। समझ गए?
हाँ, मेरा
So
प्रश्न ये है।
let us have one question per person. So if others have any questions, we'll give them a chance. नहीं तो फिर we can take your question.
स्वामी जी मैं आए?
Yes, please.
स्वामी जी, हम तैयार है कैसे समझ सकते हैं? क्या इंडिकेशन है, क्या लक्षण है कि हम प्री कंडीशन में भी, प्री प्राइमरी में भी है या नहीं? या सिर्फ मन की तैयारी होना, शारीरिक, मानसिक, या फिर और क्या?
देखिए, सबसे पहले कि मन में ये दृढ़ निश्चय और विश्वास होना जरूरी है। यू नीड टू हैव अ कन्विक्शन दैट यस, आई वांट टू वॉक दिस पाथ। आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग द पाथ of renunciation. I'm talking about the path of self improvement. Because when we speak of the path of self improvement, the basis is that there is something remaining to be improved upon, which means I am not perfect, which means I am full of shortcomings. So, this is the first thing that we need to be clear about. And the path towards self improvement is not easy. Spirituality is not a feel good factor. Oh, so nice, so nice, so nice. No, spirituality is understanding that I want to be so nice, so nice, so nice, but I am not so nice. So I have to work on myself long and hard to make that. So when this desire starts coming in, then yes, you are ready to get admitted to preschool. Because what I am going to teach is preschool. The practices will be the same, but we are working at preschool level. The practices go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. We are not going to do newer and newer and newer practices. We are going to go deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. In the same way as your love for your beloved every day on the in a hypothetical situation, when there is love between two people, on the first day there is love, next day you don't have a new love which comes in. The same love gets deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper. The expression changes, but the depth of the love increases. In the same way, the sadhana remains the same. The depth of the sadhana goes on increasing. But we will be starting at ground zero, and we will be working. So therefore, anybody who wants self improvement, anybody who wants increased creativity, anybody who wants spiritual progress, this course is for them.
Okay, Swamiji, thank you.
There was some question in the chat box. Let me check. How far modern anatomy and medical science is in agreement of this concept, which is universally accepted? Now, there is a lot of research which is converging into the study of Kundalini. There's so much of research which has gone into Kundalini. 50 years ago, 40 years ago, they used to say, oh, perhaps this is humbug. But now they know it exists. There's so much of study which has happened, which there are machines by which you can understand that yes, there is some sort of energy, there's some sort of flow of some energy which is taking place at these places. These are the chakras. There is a different subtle energy which is flowing in here, and that changes. There is a lot of such research which has happened, and advances in neurology, advances in endocrinology, these all point towards the same. Of course, there's much more to be done, and there is a big limitation. In the same way as my magnifying glass is too small to be able to look at the electron, in the same way, the research which we are doing, it is at only the Annamaya Kosh level. Maybe a little bit of Pranamaya, a little bit of Manomaya, just scratching the surface. And we need to change the parameters. If there is any person in physics, they would know. If you have any instrument which measures something, there is something known as a least count. I have a ruler. The ruler has got a least count. The ruler, suppose the ruler can have the least measurement is 1 centimeter. So then you need to get another ruler if you need to measure smaller than 1 centimeter. You have a millimeter ruler. Now, if you have to go below the millimeter, you need a vernier calipers, and so on and so on and so forth. In the same way, we will need to change the methodology of research as we start going deeper and deeper and deeper. That is the progress, that is the future of research. But now there is universal acceptance that yes, there is something known as Kundalini, there is something known as consciousness, and this consciousness does expand. There is a shift which takes place. That is all they are able to speak about and understand. We need to experience it and go beyond. And we'll need to discover newer tools to be able to quantify this research in a better way. Okay. So if there's no further questions, we can take Nivedita's question.
थैंक यू स्वामी जी। मेरा प्रश्न था कि मालूम है कि मेरा भाई तो बहुत ही उच्च स्थान पे थी, लेकिन उनका भी कोई प्री स्कूल होगा ना? वो अलग
निश्चित रूप से उनके पिछले जन्मों में उन्होंने प्री स्कूल किया, उसके बाद उन्होंने प्राइमरी किया, उसके बाद उन्होंने सेकेंडरी किया, उसके बाद उन्होंने हाई स्कूल किया, फिर कॉलेज किया, और सब चीज करने के बाद वो फाइनल स्टेज में जब आई, तब इस जन्म में आई जिस जन्म में उनको मीराबाई करके जाना गया। तब जा करके फिर वो हाईएस्ट लेवल में जा।
मतलब वो मार्ग ही अलग है, ऐसा है।
देखिए, पर्वत के शिखर पर पहुंचने का मार्ग अलग जरूर हो सकता है, उद्देश्य सभी मार्गों का एक ही होता है। और ये अचरज और आश्चर्य की बात है कि आप कोई भी साधना कीजिए, नो मैटर व्हाट साधना यू डू, द इम्पैक्ट ऑलवेज हिट्स योर चक्र सिस्टम। You do Nadi Shodhan Pranayam, you do Asan, you do Hatha Yoga, you do Raja Yoga, you do Bhakti Yoga, you do Karma Yoga, you do Kriya Yoga, you do any yoga, it has an impact inside. You face situations in life and you face them with great strength. It has an impact inside. Swami Shivananji has said, adjust, adapt, accommodate, bear insult, bear injury, highest sadhana, हाईएस्ट योगा। आपको कुछ नहीं करना है, वो जो गाली देता है ना, उसको सहन कर लेना। हाँ, जब गाली देता है तब कैसे अंगार फूलते हैं, सब दिमाग फ्यूज हो जाता है। उस समय अपने आप को स्थित रखना बहुत बड़ी साधना होती है। अपने आप को सप्रेस करने की बात नहीं कर रहा हूं। आई एम नॉट सेइंग, सी, स्वामी शिवानंद जी हैज नॉट सेड सप्रेस, repress, because if you suppress and repress you become depressed. No. And then there is an explosion. That is not what he has said. He has said adjust. The situation is such, make an adjustment. He said adjust. He has not said leave. When you adjust, you know the goal is the same, but you are making some adjustments so that given the new situation, I make a compromise with this new situation, yet I don't compromise with my goal. That is adjust. You adapt to the circumstances so that you can walk to your goal. You accommodate with different people, allow them, adjust to them, work with them so that you can go to your goal. People heap insults on you. You accept them not because you don't have an option. अरे नौकर है, नौकर को तो मालिक की गाली सुननी ही सुननी है, कोई उपाय तो है नहीं। चूं बोल देगा तो नौकरी से छूट जाएगा। So he has no option, but he is in duress. We are not in duress, we are sadhaks. We have all the options, we can just get up and go. But no, doing that takes us away from the goal. We have to walk towards that goal. And you have to make adjustments, sometimes with external situations, sometimes with internal situations. जैसे अभी हम लोग साधना करने के लिए बैठते हैं तो पुराने जमाने में बोलते थे पद्मासन में बैठ जाओ, अब कोई पद्मासन में तो बैठ नहीं सकता है, तो वी हैव टू एडजस्ट थिंग्स अकॉर्डिंगली, बट फाइनल गोल इज द सेम. Just because we can't sit in Padmasan, so we don't change the whole sadhana. No, the sadhana remains same, but we make adjustments so that given our limitation, we can still go to that goal, maybe in a slightly different manner, slightly slower, whatever. This way, you have to keep the goal in mind and bear insult. Yudhishthir had all the strength, all the power. He had Bhim and Arjun behind him, and one indication, and they could have done whatever. There was nobody to stop them. But he remained steadfast. He will do what is correct. He also made a mistake. That's a different story. But that remaining steady, bearing insult, and remaining steady and focused on the duty at hand, getting injured physically, mentally, emotionally, but remaining focused. When that happens, that is the highest sadhana. It has to be done in the correct manner. Otherwise, it goes into psychological distresses. No, we don't go in there. We do this. And then you have the highest yoga and you have the realization which takes place. But it is very easy to say all that. We need to work on ourselves. And this Chakra Shuddhi course is meant so that we can know how to work on ourselves. It is so easy to say, please concentrate your mind. Hello, how do I concentrate my mind? Nobody is able to tell that. Keep your mind at the pratyaya, at your bhrumadhya, or at the nose tip, or at your heart, wherever. How to do it? Nobody knows. I am having so many problems. My mind is running around. That's your problem. You work at and keep your mind here. We will now find out that when the mind is jumping, what to do so that the mind slowly starts coming and sitting at the nose tip. That is the level that we are going to start with. That is the level that we are going to work with. And that is the goal that we are going to keep. So that a day might come, this lifetime or next lifetime, that the bhakti which you speak of Mirabai, can dawn within us. Kak Bhushundi, a great sadhak, he had to undertake lots and lots of difficulties. Only then he had bhakti in his life. The dawn of bhakti took place. Dawn of bhakti is not so easy. To reach that level, we need to go through this. Even if you feel your path is of bhakti, purification of the chakras is essential. Without that, nothing is going to work. So this is the correlation between bhakti of Mirabai and where we are and the Chakra Shuddhi course. Chali.
Swamiji,
Yes.
we should adjust, but how to manage our own conviction?
Manage our own
conviction.
Manage your mind, because it is your mind which manages your convictions.
So we should lose that,
Huh?
our own convictions.
Pardon?
That means we should lose our convictions or whatever.
No, I did not say. No, I did not say that you have to lose your convictions. I said you have to manage the mind, because it is your mind which will work on your convictions. And the question then arises, how do I manage the mind? By working on yoga, certainly, but the chakras, because we are now talking of Chakra Shuddhi. Chakra Shuddhi is a very simple way by which, without making an effort, slowly the mind starts getting managed. You don't make any effort, apparently, but the mind starts getting managed. When the mind gets managed, you know if your conviction is right or wrong. You know if you need to modify your conviction. If you are in secondary school and you have a conviction of primary school, that is no longer appropriate for you. So you need to upgrade your conviction also. So is it something like this? You will have a better perception and better understanding of yourself. That is how we have to work with our convictions.
धन्यवाद।
चलिए जी. So with this, let us conclude today's session. And now from coming Monday, we will be starting the Chakra Shuddhi course. Those of you who have not enrolled and would like to enroll, I believe all of you are, whoever is not in the WhatsApp group, are requested to kindly put in their email and WhatsApp numbers into the chat box, so that then we can get in touch with you. Alternatively, there is the registration which is there. I shall share the link of the registration and you can register over here. And once you are registered, then the link for the course will be shared with you. The classes will be from 6:30 p.m. India time till 7:30, 7:45 India time, Monday and Wednesday. If you have any doubts or any questions or any difficulties in the class which have not been solved, then we can always work through and help each other improve the situation. I have just put in the link for the Chakra Shuddhi course. So whoever is interested are requested to use this link, register, and then we can take things further. With this, let us conclude. Shanti Path. Please sit straight, head, neck, shoulders back in a straight line, eyes and mouth gently